Howdy everybody, welcome back to Passion Theory. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of I Deserve a Happy Ending. It's going to be a blind Let's Play. I've got in and I put in my settings and that's about all I've done. I don't know anything about it other than it's like some kind of, maybe a dating sim or something? I don't know. It's a demo. So in between playing Genshin Impact, I thought it'd be fun to play some demos of some new games that are coming out to see if we'd like to play them later on. If you'd like to see me play more of this game, then just put in the comments down below. If I really like the game, then I will play up until the demos ended. If I hate the game, I'll only play one episode. If it's okay, I'll play like 3. If you guys really want me to play the game when it comes out, and you really want me to keep going, I'll just play the whole demo and then I'll get the game when it comes out. But it just depends on the comments that I get. So, with all that being said, let us start the game. Could it be? It is! God, you have no idea how long I've been waiting for this moment. Is the book talking? It's been so long since someone last came around here. I thought it would never happen again. Oh, you're probably asking yourself who I am, aren't you? Yeah, because I want to know what kind of voice to give you. Right now I'm kind of giving you like a, you could be a guy, could be a girl type of a voice. Because this is as good as I can do for my guy voice. Oh, it is a guy! Okay, yay! None other than the protagonist of this story. I'll try to make his voice a little more, manly, but I can't do that much. Have you ever asked yourself, what happens inside a book as a story is being told? What happens with the characters as you read? We live here, inside the pages. We live our stories over and over again, like actors on a stage. No mouth! No mouth! There's no bigger pleasure for a character than to capture the attention of a reader, new or old. Their imagination makes us what we are. My problem is that the author of my book died before they could finish it. And now my story has no ending. What kind of person enjoys reading an incomplete book, knowing they will never find out what happened to the characters they grew to care for along the way? No one, that's who. Without an ending, I've been robbed of my reward. Which is why I need your help. Let me propose something to you. Help me finish my book, and you will get to decide the finer details of what happens in it. Almost as if you were the writer themselves. Not to mention that I would be deeply grateful. I'd go so far as to say I'd owe you. What do you think? I mean, I know the game wants us to accept the offer, but I mean, let's just see what happens if we turn it down. I feel like it'll probably end the story, but you know, it's fun to be snarky. It's your decision. But to be honest, I don't think you will enjoy the book in the estate is in. Let's just say, in the state it is in. And I'd prefer if you didn't get a bad impression of my story. Maybe I will have better luck with the next person. Yep. The end! Alright. Let's do it again. Skip. Oh, yay! It skipped right to the decision making. That's great. Except, can you stop mowing? I'm trying to record. Woman, shush your mouse. Cease to moo. Moo? Cease to mew. I have no words to express just how grateful I am. Then, let me explain how this works. We will read the story together. Every time we reach a part that the original author left incomplete, you will help me finish it. Try to make it interesting, alright? I'm counting on you. Since this is your first time here, maybe it would be appropriate for us to start from the very beginning. Would you like to change my name? Or would you like to start the story with the one I already have? Oh yeah, we need you to be Passion Theory. I almost spelled that wrong. Passion Theory, is that right? Yes. Good. My name will be Passion Theory. Ready? Let's get started. Yay! So I'm just going to read this in my normal voice because this is us reading the book and not him talking. Once upon a time, there was a prince called Passion Theory. He was handsome, selfless, intelligent, courageous, and despite everything, incredibly humble. In a few words, the very image of virtue and justice, as any member of the royalty ought to be. Passion Theory was the youngest of 3 brothers, all sons of King Fernando de Leon. Fernando was as much of a good father as he was a good king, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity thanks to the wisdom and rectitude with which he ruled. But one day, he fell extremely ill, and as time passed and he became too weak to lead his people, the kingdom descended into chaos. It was clear that the kingdom needed a new leader, but no one could agree about who should become the next king. Soon the nobles, the church, and even the commoners took different sides. The oldest son was a devout scholar, so he was backed by the church. The second son was a brave knight, so he was supported by the nobles. And Passion Theory, being the closest to the people, was favored by the common folk. Fearing what would happen when he died, Fernando decided to organize a competition. The prince who carried out the heroic deed that impressed him the most would win the crown, and the remaining 2 would have to accept it. Armed with nothing but his smarts and his trusty blade, Passion Theory went in search of adventure. Pretty! After several days of travel, Passion Theory found himself in a forest at the outskirts of the kingdom. It was like nothing he had ever seen before. While Passion Theory was used to seeing all kinds of magnificent plants and trees at the royal garden, none of them my words. I can words. We can do this. None of them could compare to the beauty of the ones before him. The charm of castle life was of the carefully planned kind, result of the constant effort of many people. I should say the result. On the other hand, the number of trees before him, growing all over the place and with their vast lush tops, made it seem to him like the forest had no end. It's beautiful. If even a simple forest can inspire such awe, I wonder what other kinds of places are hidden away in the vastness of the kingdom. Burps. Burp noises. Despite how much he was enjoying the view, as a first impression, there didn't seem to be anything of use to the prince. The place appeared to be perfectly calm, and even the few beasts that let themselves be seen from amongst the trees gave the impression of being indifferent to his presence. It wasn't menacing, let alone the kind of situation that would call for a heroic deed. Aren't the outskirts of the kingdom supposed to be incredibly dangerous? But being the patient, level-headed person that he was, the prince decided to wait for a moment to see if anything happened before leaving. Just as he began to wonder whether his journey had been in vain, he heard... Oh, Mysterious Whispers! If you guys haven't seen the Momo type Let's Play I did, it was really creepy. And so if you're into like creepy Let's Plays, you should watch it. It was a trip. I'm gonna go with Mysterious Whispers. Mysterious Whispers. Whispers. Almost imperceptible in between all the other sounds of the forest, but recognizable enough for him to be certain that he was hearing something. Despite not being able to make out exactly what the words were, Passion Theory was sure that the mysterious sound was actually a person's voice. Motivated by curiosity and the possibility of stumbling upon the chance to carry out a heroic deed, The prince stupidly began to walk towards the south. I added that in, but yeah, you don't go towards mysterious whispers in the woods. You don't do it. Every once in a while, he stopped and listened to make sure that he was still heading in the right direction, feeling reassured as the voice slowly started to get louder. After a while, Passion Theory found himself at the end of a dirt road that he began using to travel through the forest. The change from the road to forest was abrupt, but not surprising. After all, its purpose wasn't that of going through the forest, but of providing a convenient way for hunters and merchants to make their way there. The first thing that Passion Theory noticed as he looked around was a sign nailed to the trunk of a nearby tree. It was so old that time had erased most of the message, and whatever remained was written in a language that the prince recognized, but couldn't quite read. It's probably nothing more than an old warning so people don't get lost in the woods. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Either way, he didn't have much time to think about the sign or what it might be for, as the whispering served as a reminder of what he was supposed to be doing. Now that he was close enough to make out the specific words from all the other sounds of the forest, Passion Theory had no doubt that there was a person nearby, specifically a man. Making his way through the dense vegetation with the help of his sword, Passion Theory kept advancing, until he finally could tell exactly where the voice was coming from. A few steps away from where he was standing, there was a man tied to a tree with a thick rope, completely still to the point that it was hard to tell if he was even breathing. Since he didn't seem to have anything on him except for his clothes, which were dirty and torn, if he had to guess, the prince would say that the man had been robbed by bandits and left for dead. And the sound he had heard must have been him asking for help with the last of his strength before falling unconscious. Slowly, Passion Theory leaned closer to the man and put a hand over his mouth. He could feel him breathing, which was a good sign, and he didn't seem to have any serious injuries. Nah, this man's some kind of demon or something. You're gonna be letting, this demon loose. He's cute, though, but, I'm just saying, he was probably left there for a reason. Knowing me and knowing these kinds of stories, it's a demon or something. Having confirmed that he was alive, Passion Theory began to tug on the ropes, trying to get them loose enough to free the man. Despite his strength, the prince couldn't get them off, and despite his dexterity, when he tried to undo the knots, he found that his efforts were just as futile. Futile? How do you guys pronounce it? I always like to say futile, but my husband says futile, and I think either is acceptable. Oh, you have a sword, sir. Use it. My goodness, I wouldn't be trying my hands at all. I would have went straight for the sword. The prince straightened up and thought for a moment. Being right in front of the man, Passion Theory couldn't help but notice his skin and the way it seemed almost translucent under the sunlight, along with all the different tattoos that adorned it. This man is an elf, or a magician, or a demon. There's some reason he's tied to this dang tree. That might be what the little sign was about. It's don't go into the demon woods. Don't release the demon. He's an evil. Watch, it's going to be a love interest, though. It was quite an unusual sight, but it didn't make him any less attractive. I knew it. In fact, in a way, it served to highlight the uniqueness of his looks. Since his first attempt didn't go as planned, Passion Theory opted for not wasting any more time and drew his sword, then headed to the other side of the tree and cut through the rope with a single strike, which is what I would have done to begin with. My goodness. So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that the main character in this is male because I'm gender fluid. So I'm perfectly fine with playing a male role. And then I'm also pansexual or bisexual, however you want to label that. So I don't care that he's interested in a man either. Man, woman, whatever. Non-gender conforming. Does not matter to me. So, cute is cute, you guys. Fortunately, rather than collapse onto the ground as soon as the rope was no longer around him, the man's weight ended up, or something like that, ended supported by the tree, which kept him upright. But just in case, Passion Theory put away his sword back into the scabbard and grabbed the stranger by the shoulders, shaking him gently but firmly. If he didn't manage to wake him up, the prince would likely end up having to carry the man all the way to the nearest town. Cute translucent tree person, sir. Please wake up. Still, the problem wasn't just that. After all, the man hardly seemed so heavy that he wouldn't be able to. What? It should say, after all, the man seems so heavy that he wouldn't be able to. Maybe. I'm trying to figure out if the way this is worded sounds weird, because it could mean both that the prince is not strong enough to carry this man, because the man's too heavy, or that he could do it because the man is really light. It is worded weird. But remember, it's a demo, so they're still working on stuff. And this might even be like a translation thing, because it might be translated from another language into English. Rather, it was that the town was hours away, even under ideal circumstances. And having to deal with both a sword, the supplies he'd brought, and the additional weight of a grown man, all of which would slow him down considerably, was far from being ideal. Can you hear me? I'm here to help. Oh my gosh, I can't do other guy voices. I only have like one guy voice. You would best have other like love interests. When I get a good look at the guy's face, I'll try to change up the voice a little bit. The man didn't move at all. I know it's my duty as a prince to help those in need, but it doesn't make this any less frustrating. The prince took another deep breath. It wasn't him talking. It was the pressure of having so many people counting on him. After a moment passed in which he didn't receive any sort of answer, Passion Theory decided he didn't have any option except carrying the man. Princess, carry that boy! But as soon as Passion Theory kneeled over in order to get a good grip and lift him up, the man suddenly opened his eyes and threw himself forward, using his weight to take Passion Theory down. Chill, my good sir. I'm trying to help you. Passion Theory's surprise was such that he could only stare in silence as the man stood up, and a mysterious purple aura began to surround him. Magic user. The prince rubbed his eyes in disbelief with one hand while he reached for his sword with the other. There's no reason to reach for your sword. You're going to make him think you're trying to hurt him. Just be like, whoa, I'm trying to help you, dude. Oh, he cute. Oh, he's got, like, gems in his hand. He cute, though. He got, like, purple makeup tattoos, maybe? Got purple hair. Purple's my favorite color. He's got, like, a boob window going on. Like, cleavage down to here. My goodness. Foolish traveler. I'm Yoris, the Calamity. Awesome. My favorite type of freaking... I love tricksters. They're my favorites. Ugh, I love the trickster type. Calamity. Yep, he's a trickster type. Chaos. They're always my favorites in these types of things. Stories, mythology. So, the only thing with doing guy voices is gonna mess up my throat. I need some water. I'll have to wait. I'll have to wait till after I'm done because I already got started and I didn't think about it. And now that I'm finally free, I will bring 1,000 years of misery upon the people of this filthy kingdom. Crap. Oh no, we started problems. What the? Damn it! The man wasn't just any person. Without knowing it, in his attempt to help someone in need, the prince had freed some sort of sorcerer, and now he had to do something about it. Seduce him! I don't know who's talking. I don't know what voice to give because I don't know who's talking. Passion Theory. What? You have to go already? But we were just getting started. Ah, so you were... Is this the end of the demo? Oh my goodness. So you were only borrowing the book, and now you have to go give it back? Very well. I'll be waiting for you right here. Don't take too long. Okay, so that's the demo. What do you guys think? I mean, it was nice and short. I would have liked there to be more, because I still don't quite get, like, if this is a dating sim or if it's, like, a visual novel, because there wasn't a lot of choices to happen. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Should we play this when it comes out? Did you like the game? Did you not? Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow when we'll be doing some Genshin Impact. Bye for now.